Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. Look at all of the amazing, amazing tots in chat. Hello, Brother Bill, King of APOC, Hazer, Semyorka, Broomhatter, Paramix, Mandelbrot, Wolfmaster, Movie Tribe, Hazer, Ragnats, Defiant Styles. Hello, Sophie. Hello, Twily Fox. Hello, I hope I said your name right. I hope I'm saying everyone's name right. K-Anime, K-Pop, Kigasuo. Hello. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced anyone's name. Welcome in. What? Thank you for gifting that tier. What's up, the tragic? Oh my freaking goodness. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Sky, hello, Sky. Listen, all right? Hello. I can't handle the combined amazing of Ash and Tragic. Listen, that you have no idea how honored I feel today to be able to have Tragic here hanging out with us and having conversations. I'm really excited. I'm so happy. Look, I was even gonna wear my Sonic shirt today, but it will become apparent in a few seconds why I decided to switch into this sweater here. Look, and I even brought my Sonic plushie here to the front, just for Tragic and just for you all. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're going to have a really great conversation. And let's bring on the star for today. It's TragicOnTwitch. Hello. Welcome, Tragic. Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you had a Sonic plushie there too. That's so cute.
I know, I had to, just for you. And of course, so we were setting up before this chat and I saw Tragic sweater and I was like, oh my gosh, are we going to be sweater twins today?
Sorry, I'm totally adjusting my camera right now. Don't judge me. I'm so sorry. I'm super unprofessional. I see it and I was like, wait, I got to center it.
No, listen, we got to adjust in the moment. That's very
Right?
important to what we do. I totally understand. You know,
I do love that we're sweater twins, though. I didn't mean to take away from that moment.
No, I love it. This is one of my favorite Twitch sweaters. So I'm really like, when I saw you wearing it, I was like, oh my gosh, we should totally be sweater twins. Like, this is gonna be too cute.
I don't even think they sell this anymore, do they? I'm pretty sure I had to get a knockoff of this. Well, it's not a knock. I had to get like a one-off eBay of somebody that had
I think it looks the same. It looks like,
Yeah,
pretty good.
I think it's real. It just was somebody else had it before me. That's cool. It's been loved.
Repro cardigan, yo, for real. Well, welcome, Tragic. I hope you've been having a really good day today. What'd you do today? How's the Paparuski? Bobby's already here. She's sleeping, but she's cheering you on. I know it.
Aw. Well, as far as what I did today, girl, you know me. I slept all day. I lived the night owl life. I got up and I was like, time to get ready for Ash's stream, and that's been my whole day. But I was jamming. I was excited. Chaos is, well, he was ready. He's asleep now, but he was ready.
Oh my gosh, yo, seriously, like, that is my life too. Like, I think sometimes we message each other and it's like the DGen hours, and I'm like, yup. Why am I still awake? But this is when I know that's probably the same for you. This is when we get the work done, you know?
Yeah, I with Twitch, and then I'm just more productive at night. I've noticed it's super weird. I miss sunshine. I don't see it much anymore, but I'm just more productive at night. What can I say?
I know, same for me. Like, I look outside, like, I'll wake up in the early afternoon and I'll be like, oh, look at that beautiful sunshine. Close the door, go back to sleep.
just block it out with a curtain and be like, all right, it was nice. See you later.
Yeah, exactly. But welcome. So for anybody who might not know who you are, can you tell them a little bit about your channel and a little bit about you?
Okay, so I do a rage spiel whenever people come in, and I feel like the best way to describe me is the rage spiel. Can I like do the rage spiel? Is that okay?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I have to get an immersion here. Welcome, everybody. If you've never been here before, my name is Tragic, and our community is the Tragic on Twitch Tater Tots. All potatoes are welcome here. Feel free to potate around, come in, grab a snack, grab a beverage, come hang out. I am a retro variety streamer. I like to play games on original hardware. Full-time content creator. I like to stream long hours and late night hours. So shout out to the night owls. I bring lots of hype, high energy, hopefully some sunshine and laughs to stream. And also, we're a very neurodivergent friendly community because I am openly neurodivergent. Yay, that's like my spiel. And then I talk about what we play.
Yeah, like what? Oh my god. Like first of all, my energy just went from like to like 11, and secondly, like that is such an amazing introduction. People get to know who you are. They understand the channel right away. They know your core values. Like I think your elevator pitch is basically all in there. And there's no better way to get to know and understand somebody. So I think that that's really cool. A couple of things I want to pull out of that statement that you said. You were talking about mental health and being neurodivergent. And could you explain a little bit to me why that's important to you to share with people on Twitch?
Yeah, for sure. So Twitch, actually, I'm very transparent. I feel, and within reason, of course, there's boundaries on Twitch, but I'm a very transparent person. And one of the biggest parts of my Twitch journey was in 2020. I got diagnosed with multiple mental disorders, and a lot 2020 was rough for everybody, right? But a lot happened to me at once. And my community helped me not only process and accept, but helped me embrace that part of me. And Twitch helped me on my hardest journey yet with my mental health. And because that kind of inadvertently became such a huge part of me and my community, I really wanted to bring it to the forefront with new friends that come in and keep it a part of our community. So people know that like we're a place, we're open about stuff like that. We're very mental health positive. And I think spreading awareness and breaking down stigmas and giving people a place to feel like it's okay to be like this and not only be okay, but embrace that part of them. I feel like we can really be a home for like people like that. And I never intended it for it to be such a big part of the community, but it happened, and it just makes sense to keep bringing it to light.
Man, that is wow. That is like really awesome. First of all, creating a space, for people who have these kinds of things going on in their life, and to make sure to bring awareness to it. I think you do that in it's a really beautiful way that you do it, because you make people feel welcome. You give them a place to feel like they could be themselves and be comfortable. And I think that it's really important to kind of find, people that you feel comfortable hanging with on Twitch, because I feel like a lot of times people feel like they're in these kinds of things alone. And I think that's something that I really love about Twitch, which makes it like number one for me, is like that sense of community. Like you can find somebody that not only likes the things that you like the games that you like, and like the toys, and like like collecting, and like all the things that you're into, the anime, Sailor Moon, all that kind of stuff, but you can also find people who deal with similar issues, so that way if you need someone to talk to about something, you don't feel like you're alone in that. And that could really be a big boost for people in ways that you don't really ever understand unless they tell you that straight out, so that's really amazing that you do that. I'm so glad that you have a space on Twitch. I also want to talk about you mentioned that you love to broadcast from real hardware. Tell us why that is like important to you, and like what kind of games you play, and like what do you do on your broadcast?
So the real hardware thing, it's so interesting because I feel like it continues to evolve, like with me as a streamer. So originally, there's a bunch of reasons I started streaming on Twitch, but one of them was to play my retro consoles, because I've been collecting since I was a kid. But by the time I started streaming on Twitch in 2019, it had been like years and years since I'd played any of those consoles, so they were like sad, crying, covered in dust, and they needed attention. So I was like, I'm going to stream original hardware. That was the day one goal. But then as I kept going, Twitch gave me hobbies, because I at the time in my life I started streaming, I didn't really have a ton going on. I was trying to figure myself out, my life out, and I started collecting retro games again. So through Twitch, I started streaming on original hardware. I love the thrill of hunting for a retro game, trying to get it at a good deal, trying to get the price I want and the game I want, and a happy win all around. And the more I collect and the more I stream, it's like I've become very aware that I want to continue only playing games that I own. And then we actually talk about this on my stream sometimes, but also the brand awareness, and you know, you and I are both Twitch partners. And we've seen Nintendo is known, not that I think Nintendo is going to reach out to me, but Nintendo is known not to work with people who like use emulation. And I've done charity streams with Sega a couple times, and both times they asked me not to do any sort of emulation, and Capcom creators asked us not to do any emulation. So it was originally just, I just want to play some old consoles, to I've become in love with hunting for retro games, and I only want to play those, and then the brand part of it.
I think that is an incredibly smart decision to make, especially with the way, like, because you're not just thinking about, oh, you know, like, I want to play whatever game and just find whatever means of however to play it, but you're also thinking about what's your long-term goals here, because you want to be able to work with, you know, X, Y, and Z company and be friendly to that, and be, you know, aware that there are certain practices that could harm your opportunities if you're not thoughtful about that. So I'm so glad that you shared that with us, because I you know, it's important to get both sides of the coin. You know, some people might say, like, you know, well, emulation is a way to kind of, you know, make sure that these games don't disappear, you know, keep the history around, give accessibility, you know, especially with things like the Mr. Project and things like that. But, you know, I think it is really important to also find ways to get these games that do support the people who work on them. You know, make sure that those devs and those people who worked on the games, you know, get the recognition or get paid or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's
for sure.
Yeah, that's a really great point. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right. Let's see what and also chat. If you have questions you want to ask Tragic that you never get a chance to ask Tragic, put them in chat. Let's see.
Oh no.
Yeah, I want to definitely I want to see what the community has to say to you. All right. One more question I want to ask that I think would be really cool is, what are some ways you celebrate with your community, and what does community on Twitch mean to you?
Oh, this is hard to answer. Okay. Community, I feel like community, it keeps evolving. For me, it was just like a place to hang out and vibe and have a good time. And then it evolved very much to trying to create the safest space I can within my means. You know, again, we're on the internet. There's only so much you can do. But I really wanted to create like a home for people. And then I feel like now I've come back around to where it's a really good mix of both. Community is having a place when we go into the Discord, when we go into the stream, we feel like it's going to be a good night. These are my people. These people get me. And we can grow together. We can learn together. And we can have a good time. And I feel like, I almost feel like this is kind of egotistical, but the way we celebrate, I think, is just by hanging out together. I feel like it's a celebration every time I stream. I'm gonna be totally real. Like, every time I get to wake up and log on to Twitch and people want to come hang out with me, like, for me, that's a celebration. And for them, I try my best to give them the feel of like a celebration every time. The subathon that we've been doing has been part of a celebration. And then we also do have like specific goals, like Metal Gear Solid has been like our monthly goal kind of thing. They seem to like Metal Gear Solid. I've fallen in love with Otakan from Metal Gear Solid, so it's been a good time.
Yo, that's awesome. No, I don't think there's anything egotistical about that. I think the biggest strength we have about creating on Twitch is making things an event and making things fun, making it a fun space for people to, you know, get hyped, get excited, you know, spam those emotes, you know, gift those subs, so that way you could make the next incentive of whatever it is that you need to do, which you have been doing a subathon, by the way, lately, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's been interesting. I tried one. So when people think of subathon, they generally, also, this is awkward, but I want to point out, I have a really sensitive neck and I keep touching my hair. So y'all, I promise, like, don't ignore. I know that if you can see the redness, just disregard it. It's because I'm sensitive. But anyway, but the subathon has been something I don't know. I didn't intend it to go this long. When people think of it, they think of a like consistent, right? Like you think 24 hours or multiple days you sleep on stream kind of thing. But I've been inspired by other streamers to do a rollover subathon where we're keeping our mental health and our physical health in mind, to where we stream kind of as long as we think we can. I've been aiming for about 9 hours, and then whatever's left on the timer rolls over to the next day. And I think this is something that more people should do, because subathons have been super fun, and it also doesn't put you in this place of like feeling like you have to keep going for days at a time and everything's crumbling mentally, or like you're sleeping on stream, you know, like those are very intimidating to me. Not the people who can do them, that's great, but they're intimidating. So I've really enjoyed the rollover subathon, and then every day it's like I have no idea what's going to happen. We have like 30 minutes left on the timer, and I'm like, I'm just going to stream for 30 minutes. Maybe I'll get some pizza tonight, call it a night. And then everyone's like, just kidding. And I end up streaming for like 11 hours. Like, it's been such a wild ride. I did not expect it.
That is pretty amazing. No, you know what? I love that approach. If I'm going to be honest with you, like, you know, interview questions to the side, whatever, like regular talk, like I am terrified of doing a subathon. Because of the stigma people have with it, where it's like, oh, you know, like, you know, you've got to go for hours, you got to do 24 hours, you got to, you know, can't stop, won't stop, you know, like all that kind of stuff. Like I'm like legit, I've never done one before. So I think that that's really cool that you found your way of doing it, and you found your way that was comfortable for not just for you, but for your community, and you set certain guidelines. Cause like, yeah, you're right. Like, I feel like, especially like for newer broadcasters to Twitch, like they feel like that if you're not live, you're not discoverable, right? Like you can't be, like no one's gonna find you or whatever, and that's why you gotta do like the whole create on every other platform kind of thing. And there are some merits, absolutely 100%, because like, you know, people know you're also a YouTube partner as well, that, you know, you do have to diversify, but like not so much where it's like gonna suffer, or like, you know, like you're not really given the same amount of love and attention to other platforms. But yeah, I love that you like mental health is to the forefront of everything you do, and that's really important.
I was gonna be like, oh, I agree, but obviously, but no, girl, you should do a subathon. You and I were just talking. You don't even take days off. You should do it.
You know, that's sad because it's true. It's true. It is very true. I know ever since I started doing this, I have not taken many days off, but it's also because like, I guess like I'm just afraid to like let's say we do this broadcast like we're doing right now, like, and then to switch gears and then to like start playing a game. To me, I'm just like, oh, the viewership is going to drop off. Like that, like I never really talk about these things, you know, like I never really talk about like, you know, my ideals on broadcasting and like some of the things like, I never talk about it on Twitch. Like if you were to hit me up like in Discord or whatever, or like somebody that I know was to hit me up on Discord and be like, Ash, give me advice or whatever, like I would talk about those things all day. Or if we, you know, like we met at a con or something, you know, like I'll talk about those things all day. But yeah, you're right. Like I'm just like, I don't know, if I switch, will people still want to watch? Like if I go for longer, will people still want to watch? Like, I don't know. So I'm very conservative with how I do things. So that's why it's like I will dedicate certain things to every day so people at least know what to expect. But maybe I just need to just start doing like how you're saying, just go for it, you know?
I do want to say you're interesting because I feel like you go for it in different ways. Like I don't talk about this on Twitch either. So this is really interesting. I feel like for both of our communities to see this part of us, because I get scared of the same thing. Like switching games is scary. One day I'll play a JRPG, the next day I'll play a horror game, and oftentimes people only watch me for JRPGs, and some people only watch me for horror. Some people won't watch me for horror ever because they don't want to see it. Like, and that's totally valid. But I have those fears too. And this past month with the subathon especially, I finally I just want to make people happy. And if people aren't happy watching a JRPG game or watching a survival horror game, then I'm just going to do the best for me and do what makes me happy and give people a good time for whoever is there. And I swear this month, like I'm sure my community has noticed it, but we've had more new people than I think I've ever had in my stream. Like this is the best around stats I've ever had. And that's because I decided I just wanted to do a subathon and I just wanted to have a good time and celebrate my community. And like, I feel like this is the best I've ever been mentally. And I think my community feels it too. Like numbers are important for, I think, you know, like I'm a full-time content creator. It's important for my job. And I know this is important to you and you're a Twitch ambassador, but I almost think sometimes just being like, I don't even care anymore, almost makes everything 10 times better.
You
I don't
know, that's a very good point. Sometimes I really do think about that. Like, I'll be like, man, maybe I'm just like too methodical about certain things. Like, just like freaking go for it, you know? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid to start asking people to do these, you know, shows with me because A, I didn't know if people would find it interesting. B, you don't get to interact with chat as much, which is like, I feel like the bread and butter for a lot of what we do, especially in retro. Like, people want to reminisce. They want to talk about, they want you to interact with them and share like that love for them. So doing even this was kind of like, oh, like, will people want to like still interact in chat? But it's fine. Like, it's fine. You just, like, you're right. You just got to go for it. Like, it might be different, but it could be different in a lot of great ways, you know?
I think you're already knocking it out of the park. You have a podcast, right? Don't you do the new to me, new to you? You're doing this. You play retro games. Like, you're already, I saw you play Stray. Like, you're already all over the map. So I feel like you're already doing it. Just don't worry about it. Just do it.
Just go for it. I love it. I love it. I see them paws. Look at those paws sticking out.
Okay.
I see those chaos paws. So cute. So cute. Chaos is on your broadcast regularly, like all the time, right? Like, Bobby basically steals the show.
He used to not be so. It's funny if you there. So we have a treat redeem for him. So usually what happens is the first group of people that make it to the very beginning of my stream get to give him the treats, right? Because I'm not getting him like 10 treats. Right. Like, that's not good for him.
Right.
So it's like first come, first serve. And then at the beginning of stream, he's like, where are my treats? And that's why he's sitting here. Because he's like, you're talking at the computer, Mom. Where's my treats? He's very confused. Should I get him on? Should I give him a treat?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me give him a treat. Chaos, you want a treat, bud? Oh, he looked at me. He's like,
yo, he got hyped. He got hyped. I cannot give Bobby a treat because she will go wild.
Really?
Oh, yes. She gets wild.
Chaos, come here. Come here.
Come
say hi, everybody. Come here.
Look at I love
Good boy.
What a sweet. Oh my gosh. I just want to give him a hug. What a sweet.
But now he's like, where are the rest of them? He doesn't want me unless I have food in my hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Bobby. Look, even she's looking up like, what? She heard me say the word, obviously. Now she's looking up like, what's going on over there? But,
what are you doing?
I know. Well, okay, awesome. Man, Tragic, this is the best. Wait, I saw somebody ask a question that I was very curious about earlier. A Sonic or Tails?
Sonic or Tails? What? Look, I love every character in Sonic in their own way. Even the ones I hate, I still love them in their own way because they're part of Sonic.
Okay.
But Sonic is always number one. Sonic, he's the cool blue hedgehog. He's the one, gotta go fast. The whole series revolves around him. You need Sonic to have the rest of the characters. It's always Sonic.
Oh, man. But Tails is so cute, though.
He's cute, and if you play like his story in Sonic Adventure, he even has his own great characteristics, and he can save himself in a whole town, but he's inspired by Sonic. So Sonic is the one that matters.
Sonic. Do you have a favorite Sonic game?
I should have brought it in here. I usually have it at my desk, but Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are tied for my favorite games of all time ever. They changed my life. Like, me as a person is because of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Like, no cap. So like they're huge to me. I love those games.
Why do people keep saying Sonic 06? Why is that?
They hate me. I'm ignoring everybody in chat right now. Do not say Sonic 06 in the presence of Ash. Don't do it.
I'm gonna have to look this up because I have no idea why this is a thing. Like,
do you not know Sonic 06?
No.
Ash.
Is it bad?
Okay. Your subathon should have a goal for Sonic 06 and just go from there. It is like, some people say that Mario Sunshine is the worst Mario.
Oh, I hate it.
Okay. It's Sonic 06 is the Mario Sunshine, but add 50 more glitches and repetitiveness and an incomplete game because Sega rushed to get it out by Christmas. It's known as like the worst Sonic game like ever, or one of the worst 5 ever.
I see now. I see. Sonic 06, what a game.
It is a rough time.
All right. Okay, I have a question. What are some moments in your content creation career that you are very proud of?
So actually the whole reason we started doing the subathon is because September 14th, 2021 is when we got Twitch partner. And there's so many things. Every milestone, every bit of growth we've had, every time we've gotten a little more comfortable in our community, or I've gotten more comfortable myself, that's a big deal. But Twitch partner was really wild to me. And that's one I'm very proud of, because I just didn't, like, I'd always been like, it would be cool to be a Twitch partner, but I never really thought I'd get it anytime soon. I never tried for it really. I kind of did the partner push, but not really. And that was just a big deal, because our community literally grew overnight. Like, it was like 1 month my average viewer was like 40, and then it was 60, and then it was 75, and like a blink of an eye. And then we got it, I feel like I'm like bragging, but whatever.
Listen, this is your time to shine. Please, no, keep going.
And then all that happened, and then we were like, well, let's just kind of vocalize. Like, at the time, we did the false, like, make sure you refresh the page if you come in like a raid. That's the only thing I ever said about Twitch partner. And then I didn't tell anybody when I applied for it, and then I got it on the first try. And I really realized in that moment, like, I already knew how special our community was, but when we got it on that first try, and after like, when the blink of an eye, I'm telling you, I was like, this is something special, and this is my life now. Like, before that, I'd never considered even being a full-time content creator, and the second all that happened, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. This is where I belong. And it just really changed like my whole life overnight.
I love it. I'll be honest with you. I knew you were going to get it. I was just like, when? All right, when is this happening? What's taking so long? I knew it was going to happen already. Like, I think the reason why I had that feeling was because of the way you interact with people. Like, it feels like I'm talking to like somebody that I would want to get to know, be friendly with. Like, it's a very comfortable space. It's always fun. You're warm, you're welcoming, and it's a place to just go, like, not just hang out, but also be like excited about the things that you love. I think that that's what people know that they can walk in there and do. Like, they could be excited with you about the things that they love. And that really forms like a special bond that's hard to find anywhere else. I think that's part of the magic of Twitch. So I'm really glad that you are celebrating this through this subathon. That's really cool. That's really
Can
cool.
I actually bring up, I know this is kind of off topic, but because you were like, I knew you were going to get it. I want to acknowledge, I know you and I have talked about this briefly, like on Twitter, but for like my community and Ash's community, if y'all don't know, there was a time in 2020 where I legit almost quit streaming because my life was just kind of I was not in a good place, and things were just wild, and like there were very toxic people in my life who made it seem like I shouldn't be streaming. And I posted something on Instagram one day, and I was just like, do other like women on Twitch deal with this? And Ash was like, message me anytime. Like, you can ask me any questions. Like, I'm here if you want to talk about it. And I messaged you, Ash, and I was like, I think I should quit streaming. This person says, like, I have people whispering in my ear, like, I shouldn't be doing it. It's not a good look for me. And you were like, get rid of those people. Don't quit streaming. If you want to keep streaming, keep doing it. And I really think I might have stopped, but you were like, just go and ignore these people. And I got rid of those people, and I don't associate with anybody like that anymore. And I kept going. So like, you played a really big role in me being me today.
This is not the make Ash cry hour, okay? This is not.
I always cry on my stream. It's time to make somebody else cry.
Come on, man. Oh, man. This is okay. Seriously, that's all that you got me. You got me. You got me.
No, I'm gonna cry. What are you doing?
You got me. Because no, seriously, like, I'm not kidding. I really knew you were gonna get it, and I don't like seeing people lose what they love, and I knew you loved this, and it's so important, I think, to have, you know, women in this platform. And I just knew that you were gonna see success. There was no doubt in my mind. And to know the things that you were going through, and I will do this for anybody that needs help. Like, you know, I just had to remind you of the magic of what you were doing, you know? So it's very easy. It was very easy for me to remind you of the magic of what you were doing. And
I love that you're saying like the sweetest thing ever, and my dog's choking on a toy right now.
Oh man, but yeah, like seriously, like I know things can always get rough, and I think that's the time to hit the iron, you know, when it's hot. It's like when things feel like that's the roughest, it's like nope. This is the time when it's like, you know, you're gonna overcome this, and then you're gonna look back and remember this point and be like, look at how far you made it. And that's truly what happened, because, you know, you're continually working with people, you're continually growing your community, you're continually improving, like, you know, working with other content creators and expanding your horizons. So I think that it's just gonna keep getting better from there. So I think that's a good question, Sky, but I want to make it a little more general, not just retro games. What do you have down the pipeline, but what other things would you like to experiment with or try out, you know, as a content creator, as you grow?
I feel like I've started to feel comfortable branching out a little bit more, because retro is like the bread and butter, you know, of the stream, along with obviously like community interaction, like you mentioned earlier. But retro games are what my community mostly revolves around. But Splatoon 3 has really kind of drawn me in a little bit, and I've been streaming some Splatoon 3. Splatfest is this weekend. I'll be streaming it tomorrow. And I'm just really surprised at the reception to me playing brand new games, because in the past it was very intimidating and not quite the same vibe. And now I'm just like, one day I want to play Silent Hill and chase a bunch of things around and almost die. And then the next day I just want to shoot some colorful ink at people. And people seem to be totally cool with me being like that now.
That's
really
I
nice.
love it. I'm waiting for my Splatoon to come in the mail, man. I just ordered it from the Nintendo website.
Oh man, Ash, you got it. You're missing Splatfest this weekend.
I
Look, here's your
know.
time. Watch people. Get ready. Choose your side now. Choose Team Gear. Be on my side.
Okay.
And then next time we can be teammates. We got this.
Team Gear. I love it. All right. I'm gonna listen. If you play some this weekend, I'll definitely, you know, I gotta check it out. Because I haven't actually ever been watching people play Splatoon at all on Twitch. So I need to see it. It's
really funny. I will say I've had some people come in with me playing Splatoon 3 and saying finally I found somebody with quality, because the bit rate is wrecking Twitch. Because you're moving so fast and there's so much color and crazy things going on. Like, it seems like a lot of people, it's just really bad fuzzy, but then like I'm one of the like few, they're coming in and they're like, yay, I can see things.
So is it also like, how has the online service been? Has it been like good?
It's been okay. We started joking one night. We decided to stream until Nintendo banned me. So here's the thing. It has for me, but most other people have been fine. But me, I'm getting disconnected somewhat frequently, to the point where Nintendo gives warnings and they're like, if you disconnect again, we'll ban you. It's like a temporary, like 5-minute ban from using multiplayer. But so, you know, being a Sega fan, I was like, all right, let's just get banned today by Nintendo.
Yo, that's a thing. Yo, that is funny. Oh my gosh. Like Sonic did it. Sorry. It wasn't my fault.
My bad. Clearly they're discriminating again. No, I'm taking that too far, but
Wow. That's
other people
funny.
have said it's not that bad. It just, there's a lot of people on there. Splatoon 3, I think, is the highest sold Splatoon game. Like, I just saw the numbers yesterday. Like, within the first 2 weeks, Splatoon 3 sold over 2 million physical copies. And then so everybody's online playing it because the multiplayer is awesome. It's so much fun. Like, yeah. I accidentally played it for like 11 hours the first day. I was just like, we're gonna play it for a couple hours, and then I blinked and it was like the next day.
What?
Like,
yo, that's how you know you're having fun. That's awesome.
Right, exactly. It's fun. There's a lot of people on there, so the servers they're doing their best. What can I say?
Have you tried like any of the new weapons? Because I know that they added like a bow and arrow, and like they added like some new weapons and stuff.
I'm a fan of the bucket. I have found I tried a few things, and the bucket seems to be my main. So I'm just splashing ink at people with my little bucket.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. You know, one thing that I also want to talk about, we talked about this a little bit before we started. So, I know, like, I kind of brought it up a little bit before when you almost tried to get me to cry, but you know, being a woman in this space, like, what has it been like for you? Like, what is it that, like, what is your experience of being like a woman in this space?
It's weird because I almost feel like this opens, you know, so many doors. I feel like there is such a double-edged sword, I think, to being a woman on Twitch. Like, I think we have the ability maybe to make people feel more comfortable sometimes, especially for other women. Like when I look through Twitch now, I feel much more comfortable in other women's spaces because there's something about a camaraderie with women in video game spaces, and we're both part of the Twitch Women's Alliance. Like, it's a very comfortable place and to know other women. But then there's the occasional, like, we had a big discussion the other day because I felt like somebody was mansplaining to me. Somebody came in and I was like, this is Clock Tower. I was like, this is my favorite series. I know the series front and back. I can, maybe not mechanics wise, but story wise, I know it front and back. And I'd be playing and he'd be like, oh, that character's chasing you. That's what that music means. And somebody kept explaining very basic things. And the thing with Twitch is, I think there's some people, you know, they're passionate. I don't think anybody ever comes in and is like, I want to talk down to this woman, or hopefully not most people. But I feel that people inadvertently will talk down to women on Twitch on a lot of occasions, or they backseat me more because I'm a woman. And I don't get yet that I see it in Nostalgic Gamers. Actually, I do feel like women get that so much more, to the point where I literally, every time I get rated, I say, we're playing this game today. Please, no tips, no tricks, no hints, no backseat gaming, no foreshadowing, no spoilers, no leading questions, no advice, no explanations. Like, don't say anything. No fun here. Like,
Don't talk in the chat.
Just stay quiet and watch me play. But it's so weird because it's like, if I don't specifically say it, people will do it. And even if I say I played this game 100 times, they'll still explain things to me, and I don't get it.
Yeah. I totally feel you on that. I feel like you're right. I think a lot of it comes from a good place in being very excited about the game, seeing somebody play something you really love. They want you to win. They want you to do your best. They also might not know how else to engage other than, let me focus on the game. And I know this game, so let me talk about that. But you're right. It's like, how do you find that balance? How do you deal with the backseating? How do you deal with some things that maybe feels like it might skew more heavily because people might not think you know what you're doing because of who you are? It's like, how do you deal with those kinds of things? And I think for me, I think my approach has personally always been, I don't feed the trolls. I don't talk about the trolls. They're not a part of my show. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to enlighten, and I'm here to create a space that everyone feels comfortable. But then it's like, if you got that person that's kind of pushing you, what do you do? What do you do?
You do a good job. I think I picked up something from you one time. I just happened to catch a backseater, and you're really kind about it. And I try really hard to be empathetic and keep in mind, people are probably just passionate. I doubt that most people are trying to be malicious in any capacity. So, like, I've kind of started saying, we're trying to maintain the integrity of this playthrough, whether for it's me as a first-time player or somebody else as a first-time viewer. But it still can, like, I have to say the no's. My overlay says, please don't tell me how to play. And I can't, I think I don't like bringing attention to it, but it's so hard not to sometimes. I just don't. My meter of tolerance has dropped a little bit, I think, through the subathon, because I have been streaming so much. And that was the whole point, to show people a different side of me. And, like, I can't deal with somebody telling me how to play the game 10 days in a row. You know? Like,
oh, yeah. Eventually,
there's always so many.
The wall gets broken down bit by bit, and you're just like, oh, okay, all right, already.
Like, yes, exactly. And my mods are fantastic. I saw Twilight Fox pointing them out. My mods are really good. We have a million commands. My safe word is pineapple. I forget what your safe word is. Is it yours?
Cherry.
Cherry.
Cherry. I love cherry.
So then I'll be like, no, only help me when I say the spiky fruit. And that part has gotten a lot better, but it was really bad with certain games. Like Final Fantasy VII was rough for a minute. And when I played Sonic Heroes, somebody came in and said they spoiled the final boss of Sonic Heroes, and then we banned them on the spot. And their unban request said, "What? I was just telling the truth." Like there. It was like, I don't, some people just don't get it, but as long as I think I don't let it ruin the stream, I'm allowed to feel my feelings. My feelings are valid in the moment. We move past them, we have a good time, and it's just the nature of Twitch and the internet sometimes, I think. But I do think as women, we hear stuff like that, or I'm very sensitive to being called a fake gamer, because my whole life I got told I was a fake gamer. I got told I got told Animal Crossing and Sonic Adventure were not real games. And Harvest Moon, like I was the era of simulation games. So I was not a real gamer. I heard that my whole life. So one of my big things being on Twitch, because I was a fake female gamer, and I'm always like, I'm a fake gamer here on Twitch partner. Like,
hey, yo, we about to fight. You listen, you DM me when that happens. I'll roll in there and be like, you said what? Excuse me? We fighting.
I love it. And that's why I got to bring it up now. I think humor helps facing it instead of ignoring it, for me personally. Feeling the feelings on it and then making it funny is what helps me a lot. And I think my community's kind of like, they call me sassy tragic sometimes. We're being sassy and they kind of like it.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely important to outline your boundaries, and by, being consistent with how you handle any of these issues, then you start to build a sense of community. Even your mods are awesome, but then even people who are not your mods, they understand what the space is and the rules of the space, and you will find that those people will even start to, explain the rules to maybe newer people, and it's that space that you create that through all of those actions that start to fight any of those kinds of things. And I think that's why it's so uber important to have, these conversations and to have people like you in the space. Power to you, and I'm wishing you all the success. Seriously. Speaking of that, you said that you're also a YouTube partner, right? So
yeah,
we were talking before about, creating content across multiple platforms and bringing visibility to your space. Tell us a little bit about that, and what that meant for you to get YouTube partner and all those things.
YouTube is such an interesting story for me. So I've been through a few editors now, and the thing with YouTube, it started as a passion project. I'm very fortunate because I wanted to play. I have a passion for indie and indie horror, and I just didn't think that would work on Twitch. So I was like, I'm gonna do it on YouTube, but I didn't have an editor. And then Game Tracks. He's one of my friends on and off Twitch. And at the time, he was like, this sounds like something you're into. You should do it. I'll edit for you. And I'll give you, a really fair price, because this is kind of newer for me. And I was like, okay. So Game Tracks and I started with a game called Amori on YouTube. And it's a very emotional game. It's very dark, and it tugs at your feels. And it was just meant to be a passion project. And I went all the way through Amori, and I switched editors a couple times in there. And I was like, I really like offline content because I can record in like 30-minute segments or like an hour, and then just kind of call it. And then I can do different things, and I can focus purely on the game at that time instead of, I love goofing off, but sometimes it is hard to play a game when I'm new boot goofing the whole time. So with YouTube, it gave me the possibility to do that. And I wasn't really trying for, similar to my Twitch story, honestly, I wasn't really trying for YouTube partner until I started seeing the numbers. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm close to YouTube partner, why don't I just do it? So then I just kept doing it. And I got YouTube partner, and I was like, nice, this will, now I can diversify my content. I can have, I want to be a full-time content creator. This can keep adding on and helping me live. And then, so here's the thing with YouTube is a lot of people have had a lot of success with YouTube. I still think YouTube is oriented to offline content. They have streamer stuff set up, but they don't really recommend live streams. So like, it's the offline content on YouTube is what people get attention from. But my best video that has like 20,000 views on YouTube got me like $20. And that's like the most I've ever made. So like what I make in YouTube in like a year is like like a month or two on Twitch.
Wow. See, that's very eye-opening for me because people are always saying like, oh, you got to make stuff for everything to bring people back to wherever and blah, blah, blah. Or like to, don't put all your eggs in one basket because, money situations or whatever. But that's very interesting to me because I feel like in order to do something really well, like, the phrase jack of all trades, it's very difficult to focus on a lot of things and do them well. But if you focus on, certain things, then you can execute properly. And I feel like when you split yourself up between a bunch of stuff, it's like you kind of lose a sense of what you're doing. It's like, oh, I'm doing this video over here and then this thing over here. And, they match up, but not match up perfectly. And, you physically start to become tired from doing everything. So it's like, at what capacity are you doing this work if you're like spreading yourself so thin? So I think that that's really interesting that you bring up like, your focus is on Twitch because this is where you make the most for yourself. And that's very eye-opening because I've thought about things that you were doing, like things that like doing things like that, like making videos for YouTube and stuff. But I'm like, is that the best way to spend my time? I don't know. So that's really, really interesting.
It's interesting too. You brought up, what is it? Jack of all trades. No one ever knows the rest of it. It's jack of all trades is master of none. Right. That's the other. Yeah. And some people do it great. I mean, I see it. I'm very involved in, streamer Twitter. I feel like I see everything in there. And some people are really great at doing like TikTok and YouTube or TikTok and Twitch. But I agree. And especially with mental health being, I mentally just can't do that. Like you kill it. Again, I see you on TikTok. You post regular content. And TikTok is about like trends, and YouTube is, I think, about really hitting the wave. Like reaction videos do really well for me personally on YouTube. I'm not like a YouTube master, but my experience, my reaction videos do really well. And it's because I post a reaction the second news drops. My Sonic Frontiers reaction videos are the best because I'm the like first 100 to drop a reaction to it. And those all do really well.
Yeah.
But again, like it's like, I'm not really benefiting from it all that much. And Twitch is what not only keeps me alive, but keeps me happiest. And nobody knows the future of Twitch. Nobody knows the future of YouTube. I mean, Twitch could go away tomorrow, but so could YouTube. So could TikTok. I mean, we don't know. So I am just going to I'm going to put myself where I can be my best self and where I feel I can put the best resources. And for me, that's Twitch, and YouTube comes in sometimes when I can, but other stuff just, I don't know. I'd rather just be my best in one or two spaces than half of me in four.
Exactly. Half of me in four. That's exactly how I be feeling sometimes. Like I be not going to sleep till 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I did all that work. And now I feel like my head hurts. Like I didn't get to play with Bobby. Like what did I even eat today? Like, oh my
Girl,
gosh.
I eat like one meal a day now, sometimes two. That's like, people are always like, are you eating enough? And I'm like, yeah, I eat what I normally eat. What I normally eat now is a huge meal before I stream, and then I go to bed right after. Like,
yeah.
Or not even after I stream. I know you do this too. I look at all my clips. I make sure everything sounded good. I make a bunch of clips. I favorite all these clips so I can make a video for Instagram or TikTok. And then I have like 800 favorited clips I've never done anything with because I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Yo, you already know me, man. Yeah. After a broadcast, that's exactly what I'm doing. Look through all the clips. Sound check the VOD. Look and see what the metrics are. Reply to everything on Twitter. Make my thank you video. Tag everybody. Do all the upload to YouTube. Like it's like, oh my God, it's a one-woman show, but geez, man, this is like, phew. It's something. It's something.
This seems like such a first world problem whenever I say so. Like, I'm so lucky I get to do this, but also like people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like
it's a my wallet's too small for my 20s problem. Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is, no, you're right. It is a great problem to have, but I love Twitch. Like, I'm gonna say I do love being here. I think that there are things about Twitch that have really improved my life that I would have had no other way of finding if it wasn't for Twitch. Like knowing people like you, being able to talk to people, sharing the love of retro games, telling everybody about the Amiga, even, how they found me through for doing the Frogger show was because of Twitch. Like, they found me. The lady who like wanted me to apply for it was like, I saw you on Twitch. So it's like, there's so many great things about it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I hear you on that. But you just want to be able to focus and do something really well. So,
at the end of the day, I feel like even if like Twitch like crashed tomorrow, I'd have no regrets. You know, like Twitch has, like you said, you got the Frogger show. Like Twitch has given me so many opportunities. I got to do charity streams with Sega. Like Sega is my dream, like people to work with. You know, like that made my whole life. I got to be hosted on the Sega official page. I got to work Capcom creators. Like so many parts of my life are because of Twitch. Like so I just, when things are not great with Twitch, I will talk about it. You know, I'm not going to pretend it's not there, but I'm very loyal to this platform. And this is where I've gotten to see my dreams come true. And I'm going to see Twitch to the end, whatever that is. But I don't think it's ending anytime soon.
Yeah. Also, I just want to shout out Amigo Retro Gaming just rated the channel. Thank you so much for bringing your community on over. If you've never been here, my name is Ash. This is the Awesome Streamer Hour. We're having a amazing conversation with Tragic on Twitch. If you don't know Tragic on Twitch, please make sure to give her a follow. An incredible broadcaster and Supersonic fan. Also, one thing that I wanted to talk about that we didn't get to talk about, tell us about your amazing cosplaying.
Wow, you say amazing. That's really nice. It's so weird because I've wanted to casually cosplay for a really long time. And I've done Ness from Earthbound is one of my consistent casual cosplays. A couple years ago, I did Sweetheart inspired cosplay from Amori. She has like giant pink pigtails and stuff. And I don't know, there's this really weird indie game that's like a rhythm game called Friday Night Funkin'. There's a character in there named Girlfriend and her mom, Mommy Mirist. I've cosplayed both of them. And like I've slowly just kind of got into these really casual cosplays. And I really like them. They're fun. I've collected wigs like my whole life. But this past year, I finally was like, I'm gonna do a little bit more, like I'm gonna put in a little bit more effort. And I went to a convention last month and I decided to finally do a Jill Valentine. And my community liked even my like half Jill Valentine. Like I just kind of put the beret on and like a shirt and like that was it. And everybody loved it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go all out on Jill Valentine. And I went to this convention and I cannot believe how many people stopped me for pictures. This one guy asked if he could take pictures of me for his website. Like I won that Capcom Valentine's Day contest for my Jill Valentine cosplay last year. Like people keep telling me I look like Jill Valentine, and I'm like, well, shoot, I'm just gonna hire me for your next party. I'm gonna be Jill Valentine. I'll see you. What's up?
Do it. I thought that was an awesome cosplay. I loved it.
I'm really surprised. Like I think I just fit her very well. Something about her, and she really speaks to me as a character, which is why I've really enjoyed cosplaying her. So it's really cool getting to be Jill. And when I threw in Bulma recently, I actually did a different variation of Bulma with different hair, and people still stop me for pictures of her too. So I really like cosplaying. I can't really do that much makeup, but for casual, normal makeup, with some outfits I can piece together on like Amazon or something. Like I'm gonna keep trying and I'm gonna keep growing, and it's really fun.
All right, let's say somebody gives you $5,000 to put your all into a costume. What is a character that you would like really love to cosplay if you were just given like, this is the budget, do whatever?
Oh gosh. Oh no, I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking. I would want to do something I feel like so I could hire like a makeup artist. I could go like all out.
Go all out. I already know what my answer is. I'm going to tell you after you tell me.
Oh, wait, say yours. I'm going to think about mine. Say yours.
My answer, if I was like, had no budget, I would do Twintel from ARMS.
Is that a game or a show? See, I don't even know who that is.
It's a game for the Nintendo Switch. Twintel is a fighter in this game called ARMS. It's like a fighting game. And the reason why I would cosplay her is because she has incredible style. She wears high heels. She has little pigtails, but they're like really big. So that's probably where most of the money would go, is like in the wig and like making sure that the hair floats properly. And then like her outfit is just popping off. So I would want to be Twintel.
That's a good answer. Okay. Okay. That helped me think about just the things you said. So there's two characters. Can I say two? Is that cheating? So I've never done anything like this before. This is definitely embracing some body positivity here, but like a body paint Nights into Dreams. So like the Jester, like if I could do, like instead of just putting on like a onesie, like if there could be some secure body paint Nights into Dreams Jester, that would be legit. Or like Ooh La La from Space Channel 5.
I was gonna say Ooh La La. I was gonna say, yo, that would be so awesome.
I love Ooh La La, but I definitely we need some body contouring for that one.
Listen. No, that would be awesome. Have you ever played Space Channel 5 on your channel?
I have, but okay, so I love that game, but that game's rough, man. That ain't like DDR. Like that game's a little rough, and it took me like 8 hours to get through the first level. So I've never gotten past the first level, but I like the music, I like the characters, I like the vibe. But that game's hard, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh man.
So I if I were to try to stream it now, I'd legit have to be like, everybody in chat be quiet or I'm ignoring you. Like that's the only way I could ever make any progress.
Emote only chat the whole time.
For 6 hours, yeah.
Yeah. How many subs for Ooh La La? Wow. All right.
Y'all are wild.
All right, I'm gonna see, like, maybe I'll ask you one more question from my list, and then I'll go to any questions that chat may have.
Okay.
Because we're at can you believe we're, like, at the 1 hour mark?
That was the fastest hour of, like, my whole life, Ash.
Man, I'm telling you.
We should just come up with a podcast at this point. What do y'all think, everybody? Should we can be twins in our little chat.
Yo, that would be so... Listen, that would be awesome. Finn says 1 more hour.
What?
We could, I mean, the conversation just feels so great. I feel like we could definitely, but I know Tragic is broadcasting later. So you got to make sure you go and hang out and be a part of the hype of the subathon for real, because it is a lot of fun. What were you playing last night? You were playing Silent Hill, right?
I'm doing a first ever playthrough of Silent Hill I'm being very vocal, so I don't know if you played Silent Hill.
Never.
Okay, so it's a thing. But so the first time I tried it actually was for YouTube, and it went so bad. I spent 2 hours, literally, I didn't even make it to like the beginning of the game, honestly. It was a bad time. And I was like, I don't like this game, I'm not playing it. But it's such a classic. Everybody says it's a classic, and I love survival horror, and I was like, I'm doing it. So I finally started it over. And last night I was like, 1, I thought the subathon was only going to be 30 minutes left. And 2, I was like, I don't think I can play this game for like 10 hours. And I blink and it's been 10 hours. It's so good, Ash. You should play it. It's so scary.
Listen, I'm a weenie. All right? I'm a weenie. I can't play these scary games because
Girl, I'm a Weenie Hut Junior, and I still did it. There were like 3 times I was like, y'all, I think I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm so scared. I legit was terrified. There's a clip of me. I legit started going. I was like, no! But like, it's so good. You should play it. It's awesome.
Oh man. Okay. So my last question for you is, before I turn it over to chat, is: has there been any advice that anybody gave to you, or any advice that you might want to give to anybody on this platform that like either stuck with you, or anything that worked for you throughout your career that you want to share with somebody who might be newer to this space, or trying to figure out what's right for them in this space?
Ooh, can I say a few things?
Yeah, say as much as you want.
I know I'm talking a lot, so I'm like, I don't.
This is your hour.
Thank you. Okay, so a few things. I think most people know this, but one of the big things is like, I think some people do come on Twitch and maybe right from the get-go, they're like, they might want to do it for the views. And I think that's totally great and that works for some people, but I think don't have expectations. Especially when you start, I think having no expectations is a huge thing, because if you're coming in thinking like, I'm going to play Apex and a bunch of people are going to come watch me play Apex, like that changes things. And people feel that. And I feel on top of that, it's play what you love and what makes you happy. Like Clock Tower, that I just recently played for like a week, is like it's got a cult following. Most people don't know what it is. It's kind of campy. And I feel like most people couldn't have cared less about Clock Tower, but I was passionate about Clock Tower. And everybody hanging out with me was like, I got into the story because you're passionate about the story. I care about this game now because you're having a good time. Like, play what you love. Don't have expectations, just have a fun time. And on top of that, I think one of the biggest things I've really had to learn is protect your space. I think, not everybody's going to vibe with you, and that's okay. And we're not going to vibe with everybody. Not everybody's going to vibe with me. And somebody doesn't necessarily have to be a bad person or do something wrong to maybe not fit in with us. And that's okay. I want to have a home for everybody, but that's just not realistic. And some people, if they say some off comments or they make people uncomfortable, like, they don't have to necessarily break the rules, but you can still ban people or tell people this isn't the space for you without it being like a bad thing necessarily. And I used to, when I first started, I would let anybody, if somebody wanted to watch me, their time was important to me. And I didn't really care, like, if maybe they made me uncomfortable or crossed some boundaries. And now I'm like, look, you seem cool, but I don't think you're vibing here. This isn't for you. And the community benefits from me being much more straightforward and respecting or enforcing those boundaries now. And I think that's a big thing for people that people don't necessarily realize when they start on Twitch.
Yeah, because even if maybe they didn't break a rule for you or make you 100% feel uncomfortable, something just didn't feel right, and it might make somebody else uncomfortable in the chat, and or somebody who might be brand new to your space, and they'll be like, oh, is this what's acceptable here? Like, I'm just lurking and I just got to know this person. Like, that totally makes sense. And I really love your advice about do what you love. I think that that's definitely something that I will never like bend on. Like, I'm never going to be in this space doing something that I feel like I have to do because it's what's hot out in the streets right now. Like, I have to do what I love, because you're right. People will feel that. They will feel your love. They want to be in here because you're excited about something, or you're happy about something, or, you have something to share about something you care about. So that's such great advice. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to take a look in chat and see what people have to say. I know they definitely have some things to say. Chat has been really, really, really awesome. Weekly podcast when, oh my gosh. Everybody saying you were as amazing as Jill Valentine. Yeah, if you have any questions in chat, please put them in there. What does somebody asked, what does TragicOnTwitch play? I think that was from like the raid before.
Oh, so yeah, I play retro variety games. I like to try to mix it up between, we'll do like action adventure, early 3D platformers, JRPGs, survival horror. I'm doing Scare Timber right now, and then Resi-tober. So like, if you like survival horror, like, now is a great time for you. And then in November, I think we're going to start switching it up to like JRPGs that have been requested of me. And I have a huge Final Fantasy backlog because I've only ever played Final Fantasy 4, 6, and 7. Ooh. And people want me to play 8, 9, and 10. So those have been on my backlog forever.
Oh, you gonna love 8.
I don't know. I saw Finn in here earlier. I hear some things about 8. I'm real nervous. I don't know.
Yes. So, Peter was asking, do you read the Sonic comics?
So I don't. While I say I'm a huge Sonic fan, there's like Sega Sonic and Archie Sonic, and while I have a few comics, I'm much more Sega Sonic, specifically like Dreamcast era Sega.
Got you. Was there a point where you felt like you hit a hurdle or felt like you plateaued on the platform, and how did you get through that to continued growth? That's what Fiery Ashes wants to know.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know about a plateau. I've been very lucky. Again, I feel like I'm bragging, but I feel like our community has pretty consistently grown as long as I'm consistent on the platform. But I will say there was a huge dynamic change and some stuff going on in my personal life back in, I think it was June. It was July. I actually took 2 weeks off of Twitch in July because I kind of had started feeling like I'm not sure what I'm doing or what I want out of this platform anymore. Like, it had kind of become like, this is my job, and I was afraid that was too much of a focus for me. And when I took those 2 weeks off of Twitch, I'm a huge advocate for breaks. People always say don't take breaks. I take them all the time. I don't care. You need to cancel stream. You need a break, take a break. In those 2 weeks, I really sat down and I journaled a lot, and I took more time outside, and I changed my schedule temporarily to see more sunshine. And I was like, what do I want from Twitch? And I want to give people a place to make them as happy as they make me. And that's when I stopped looking at this, I think, as much as a job and more of a this is fun, this is what I love again. And I think sometimes that's got to happen in people, right? Like, sometimes jobs and hobbies overlap, and breaks and perspective changes are necessary, right? I guess. I hope so.
No, I'm really glad that you pointed that out, because I think just like how we talked about with like the subathon and, you know, like going for a lot of hours and not being mindful about, you know, health and stuff, like taking the break when you need to take a break and not being afraid to take those breaks that's very important. Like work-life balance is so important. So I'm glad that you like do the things that you need to do when you need to do them. You know, that's really awesome. Nothing better than a job you enjoy. Exactly.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Who is Tragic's favorite Sonic voice actor, and why is it Urkel?
Wait, okay, this is Brisby. You think you're being funny, but this is my clout here, okay? My favorite Sonic voice actor is Ryan Drummond. He's the voice actor of Sonic in early 3D. He's the first 3D Sonic, like in a Sonic game, besides like, you know, shows and stuff like that. And he follows me on Twitch and on Twitter, and he sent me a happy birthday video. So my Sonic talks to me sometimes.
Well, excuse me. That is awesome. That is awesome. I like it.
It's really cool.
Very, very, very awesome. Well, Tragic, I just want to say thank you so much. This has been such an awesome, fun, and amazing conversation. Everybody from my channel, everybody on the front page, everybody who's here, make sure to follow Tragic on Twitch. Do it now. Tragic is going live later on. Gonna continue the subathon. Please go and hang out with Tragic. Please, Tragic, let people know generally when you go live and where they could find you all over the internet. Yeah, let everybody know.
So I try to stream 4 to 5 nights a week. Monday through Thursday is kind of the aim, but again, today's subathon day 10. So at this point, I just live on my stream. So just come hang out with me. But I've been going live about 7:15 p.m. Central Time lately. And if you want to check me out outside of Twitch, I'm Tragic on Twitch on all platforms. So Twitter, Tragic on Twitch, YouTube, Tragic on Twitch, which lots of my comments like to point out I'm actually not on Twitch because apparently I'm not aware. And Instagram, Tragic on Twitch, if you want to see cosplays and stuff like that. But come hang out with me because, look, I'm not as cool as Ash. But when Ash isn't online, I can give you a place to have fun.
Listen, all right? Listen, all right. Also, I just want to say how awesome it is whenever I meet people and their social media is all the same across all platforms. Because when I be trying to tag people and stuff and it's like completely different in every platform, just like, oh my God, I can't find you. I want to cry.
Same. That's why I have, even though everyone's like, you could be Tragic on Twitter or Tragic on Instagram. I'm like, I'd rather just be the same. It makes more sense.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Let's find a nice person to raid. How does that sound?
Yeah, is there anybody in Team Sanctuary or something?
Hey, well, let's find out. Thank you so much, chat, for being here. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. This has been super duper duper fun. We're gonna do another one of these shows next week on Friday. I can't do Wednesday, but Friday we're gonna be talking to Phenomenon. It's gonna be our next guest.
I love Finn. Everybody go watch Finn.
Yes.
He's the best.
Yes. Oh, there's Caffeine. Caffeine Daydream was on the show before. Yes, we have tons and tons and tons of fun. So I'm really looking forward to this. Finn is gonna be next. I had such a great time hanging out with you, Tragic. Hold on. I'm just looking for my to see if there's any. Oh, well, look who is online. If it's not Game Tracks.
We were just talking about him. Perfect.
Yes, let's go raid Game Tracks. Game Tracks is online. Game Tracks is another really amazing broadcaster who loves Sega, is on our team, and is really awesome. So let's go hang out there. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm gonna put the raid message in the chat here, but thank you so much. Thank you. I cannot thank you all enough because this has been such an amazing and fun time. Sorry, I'm just like going through my.
I'm like, do I talk?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say thank you, Ash, for having. This was so fun and so easy for y'all that know me. Like, I was so nervous about this, and this was so casual, and I loved doing this with you, Ash. Thank you so much. Everybody who came to hang out with me, my community that hung out, y'all are amazing. Thank you, my top friends. Thank you, the Ash Said Hi, Queen of the Stream gang. Like, y'all are amazing. Thanks for having me here.
All right. Well, that's it, everybody. I will definitely see you all next time. Tragic, thank you so much. I'm going to put the outro on, and I'll see you in Game Track's channel. Bye-bye, everybody.